This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV Prime.
Hello and welcome. You're watching The Property Show, your trusted guide with the most credible advice on buying and selling property. Our advice is backed by solid research done by our knowledge partner, Lysis Forest. And to answer your questions, we have Tanvi Goyal of Lysis Forest in studio with us. Welcome to the show, Tanvi. But before we start answering your questions, let's take a look at the headlines. First up, we review housing projects along the Dwarka expressway in Gurgaon. Affordable properties in Greater Noida West. As authorities in Noida, Greater Noida hold meetings with buyers and the builders to end the logjam, home buyers remain unhappy with the outcome. Also, value for money buys in emerging property markets of capital city Lucknow. Then we shift focus to south of India, Bangalore, and bring you ready to move in options along the established IT corridor. We scout for homes in well-lived-in localities of Hyderabad under 80 lakhs. And finally, to the west of India, prime properties in Mumbai under 3.5 crores. So let's dive straight in and take our first caller on air. We have Gurmeet Singh with us. Gurmeet, please go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening, NDTV Property team. I want to congratulate you on doing such an amazing job over so many years. I'm a big fan of the show, and my request is I have bought a 3 BHK apartment in ATS Tourmaline sector 109 in Gurgaon, near Dwarka expressway in July 2016 at 6,000 per square feet. What is your feedback of this project and builder, and what are the current prices I will get if I were to exit this project now? Is this a good investment for the end use?
Absolutely, we will tell you that. Tanvi, of course, this particular project is there, but what do you think about that area in terms of investment? Because Dwarka Expressway has been a little bit of a concern point for a lot of our viewers. So they would like to know what is the situation with the Dwarka Expressway and the surrounding area.
So Anjali, as you rightly said, the Dwarka Expressway market has not been very good in past few years. Initially, when Dwarka Expressway was announced, it was a booming market. It was a very investor-friendly market, and the prices shot up initially. But because the construction of expressway itself got stuck, the prices fell down. The demand in that area fell down. Currently, if you look at the market, there are around 8,890 available units, and the weighted average price there is running at 9,980 rupees. But if you see past 3 years trends, the annualized returns in the market has been at -3%. So because of the construction being stuck at 2 patches, the prices have gone down, the demand has gone down. And if at Lysis Forest, we've always felt that a very important factor to look into is livability of that area. If you're buying a property in any area, you need to look at the livability of that area. What kind of social fabric is there? What is the rental yields in that area? So from this year, this week, we've added 3 more features to every buyer's query, and we'll be talking about the livability of that area, the price outlook of that area based on the rental yields in that area. So if we talk about the livability in that area of Dwarka Expressway, because as I said, the market has not moved ahead. The social fabric in that area has not developed much. So the livability, I would say it is 3 out of 7, which is on the lower side. So majority of the projects there are under construction. The social and physical infrastructure is evolving. Physical infrastructure is still there. I mean, some roads and all are there, but if you see, the social infrastructure is not there at all. There's ample land available for future development. And in terms of rental yield, if we see, the rental yield in that area ranges between 2 to 3.5%, which is in the average ranges, which shows there'll be like a pricing pressure on the, there'll be a downside pressure on the pricing, and the area will see either stagnancy or actual correction in prices. So that the area has already been seeing a lot of correction. Now talking about the buyer's preference, ATS Tourmaline. This particular project is located in sector 109. So the prices here are running at 6,000 in resale market, 6,000 to 6,500, and this is exactly the price the buyer has bought the project in. So if you see, the buyer is sitting on a virtual no profit, no loss kind of a situation for last 11 months, and because as I already said, the market is not going to see a lot of price appreciation. So I think he should hold on to the project. It is a good project for end use, I would say. It's a premium segment project at a very good location and by a very well-known developer of Delhi NCR market.
Right.
So it's a good choice for end use. So I think he should just hold on and use it for his end use purpose.
Right. So of course, Gurmeet, here Tanvi feels you should show a little bit of patience. It might help you in the long run. This project might appreciate later. Okay, let's move on to our next question, which has been sent to us by Pankaj Saini through an email. He says that he wants to put in his money in either Noida Extension or Greater Noida or Expressway area. And his budget is about 52 lakhs, Tanvi. He's looking for a 3 BHK and wants a ready-to-move-in property or something which would get delivered within the next 18 months. He's already seen Apex Golf Avenue in Noida Extension and he kind of likes it, but he wants to know whether you approve of it or not. And in case you don't, he says please do give him some other options also.
So Anjali, the area that he's looking at, Greater Noida, Noida Extension, it's considered to be affordable alternative to Noida, as we've already spoken about this area in the show before. So it has seamless connectivity with Noida, Ghaziabad, other parts of Greater Noida within. And it is not very far from the Noida City Centre metro station, which is an operational metro line. And plus there's already a proposal for extension of this metro line to Greater Noida area. Overall, if you talk about the area, the available inventory is pretty high. It's supposed to be like, it's running at 67,000 units, more than 67,000 units, and the weighted average prices here are 3,585 per square foot. And this area also has seen a negative appreciation of 1.8%. So overall, the annualized returns have been not very great, but which is a good sign for buyers, because in that case, they have more options for negotiation and everything. If we talk about Apex Golf Avenue, which is the buyer's preference, it's a part of proposed port city in the area, and construction has been slightly delayed over past few months. It's currently at superstructure work. And if you talk about the developer, Apex Group, it's a relatively new developer in that market, but he claims to have done some central government housing schemes in Noida and Ghaziabad region. But if you see, there are no negative comments on the buyer. He has like decent reputation in the market. But if he's skeptical, the buyer is skeptical about the construction risk, he can go for like ready projects within the same vicinity. One such project would be Gore City 1 in 6th Avenue. This is by Gore since India. He's a very well-known name in the real estate industry in NCR region. This price, the project is running at 3,600 to 3,800, and this is a already ready project, so he can buy it from the resale market. And yeah, that's the suggestion that we would give him.
Okay, so before we quickly take a look at Gore City 1, let's talk about the location as well. So what do you think about the livability and also the rental yield and the kind of price outlook that we would see in this area?
Yes, so rental yield in this area is around 2 to 3.5%, which is again in the average ranges, not very great. So we can see either stagnancy or a downside pressure on the pricing again. The livability here again I would say is medium 3, and that is because the infrastructure is slowly developing in that area. As I said, the connectivity with outer regions is good, but internally the roads are not very well developed. So livability, I would again rate it 3 out of 7.
Okay. So let's quickly take a look at the suggestion that Tanvi is giving, and that's Gore City 1, 6th Avenue. In this particular project, the price that you'll have to pay is ranging from 3,600 to 3,800 rupees per square foot. And in case you opt for a 3 BHK apartment, the size you get is 1,560 square feet. And as you asked for, we've given you a ready to move in project. This is available in the resale market. Now, before we move on, we would just like to remind you that in case you're planning to buy a property or need any advice, then do write to us at property@ndtv.com. But please don't forget to leave your full name and contact number so that our team can get in touch with you. And also do give us some time to do the research and get back to you. So let's talk about Uttar Pradesh only. Uttar Pradesh is among the key states who are yet to come out with the final RERA rules and set up a regulatory authority. But in the meanwhile, Chief Minister Adityanath has directed the authorities, Noida, Greater Noida and Yamuna Expressway Authority to hold tripartite meetings with builders and home buyers to try resolve home buyers' problems. Oinitam joins us with the details of these meetings, and we want to know, Oinitam, if the home buyers are happy or not, because we've been reporting about it, that they're trying to come to some sort of a resolution, some sort of a middle ground.
That's right, Anjali. In fact, almost 30 meetings have been held so far since April this year. This is following the direction from the Chief Minister himself, like you've already mentioned. But, you know, there were at least 26 projects that came up for discussion, includes projects from JP, from Amrapali, even Supertech projects had come up, Unitech, Logix Infrastructure. Many of them had come up. There has been revised timelines that the builders have submitted following these meetings, and what however happened is that home buyers, they are far from happy even now. Now, the list of grievances from the home buyers side is a long one. First, they say that most of the times it has appeared that the authority officials and the builders, they did not appear to be very serious regarding these meetings, simply because most of them, the officials, arrived really late. Suppose the meeting was scheduled for 12:30 in the afternoon. The meetings actually started somewhere after 3 or 4 p.m. In fact, in some of these meetings, even I was present, which is why I actually know how these meetings were handled. And there were certain meetings where simply the CEO of any of these authorities simply, you know, passed it on, told his deputies to take care of the matter, and the meetings were resolved.
So there was lack of seriousness, and you would say that there was not much interest.
Exactly, though not for all of the meetings, but yes, few of them, this was how the matters were handled. Now, moving on, there were obviously, like I said, nearly 30 meetings which were held, more than 26 projects, issues discussed, but there were certain outcomes like JP, Supertech, Unnati Fortune, they have, even Ajnara, they have submitted revised timelines. But here what the home buyers are saying is that in certain cases, like JP for instance, the timelines for certain projects, for certain towers is as late as 2020 or 2021. So the home buyers feel that the absence of any on-site project monitoring by the authority officials, you know, since this is not happening, how will the home buyers be assured that this time round the developer will actually end up delivering the projects? In fact, not only for all the projects where the delivery timelines are delayed, even for other projects like Ajnara has promised to deliver sometime this year and early next year. In such cases also, the home buyers are now saying is that the progress, the work progress on the sites are very slow, and going by that standard, maybe they will not be able to comply with the timelines, revised timelines that they have submitted. So overall, the home buyers are still not very happy. They also feel that the authorities lack a lot of penal provisions, penal powers. However, let me add here that the Principal Secretary Uttar Pradesh, he has recently said, he has in fact trying to assuage the worries of the home buyers. He has said that the authorities or the government will step in as and when necessary and take proper action against errant developers.
Absolutely, and they will have to do that because that entire area, Noida, Greater Noida, Yamuna Expressway, this is all taking a hit. The reputation of that market, the micro markets also in that area are taking a hit. Thank you so much, Oini, for joining with this information. Let's go ahead and take our next caller on air. We have Jayant Kumar with us. Jayant, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, hi. My name is Jayant. I'm looking at Bangalore as a market, and I'm looking at 2 to 3 BHK apartment in this Savarnika Sanvi project. The project is located in Whitefield.
Okay.
So can you just tell me whether this project is good enough to go with?
Sure. So Tanvi, he's already chosen Swaparnika Sanvi Phase 2 and he seems to be keen on buying that. But before he puts his money in there, what do you think about that particular project and also about Whitefield?
Anjali, Whitefield is a very good location. It's a IT hub. It's a very good residential market. It's overall, if you see, it's an economic hub. So residential markets near economic hubs are generally very good because they have demand. So if you see the available number of units, it's just 5,600 units available, and the weighted average prices there are 5,700 rupees per square foot. And if you see the annualized returns, they are very decently placed at 4.4% in last 3 years. So if you see, the market is doing good overall, if you see, and the rental yield in that area is 3.5% to 4.5%, which is considered to be in a good range. If you see the impact of rental yield on the price will have, it looks like the price is pretty productive and prices are expected to appreciate moderately because the rental yields in this area have been pretty good. In terms of livability, I would rank it I would give it 0.6 on 7, which is pretty high. It has good number of ready projects, and it has good number of economic hubs, social infrastructure, physical infrastructure. If you see the metro, the phase 2 of metro project will be extended to Whitefield. So overall, a good location. And if I talk about the project that the buyer has selected, Savarnika Sanvi, it's a standard mid-segment project. It's located on slightly off location. It's located off Whitefield main road. And Whitefield, if you see, the projects are available from rupees 4,000 to rupees 8,000 rupees per square foot. So it's a wide range of projects that you can look into that market. This is on the affordable side of that market, and the phase 1 of this project is already ready. Phase 2 is on the finishing stages. It is approved by BBMP, and it has loan option from all the major banks. So it is legally, if you say, a pretty sound project, and it has the developer has decent credibility in the market. So I feel it's a go ahead from our side. From our side, we will still recommend him 2 more options, which are slightly at a better location than Whitefield and are ready to move in projects. So first would be Shilpitha Sunflower by Maitri Developers. This project is currently offering at 4,350 rupees per square foot. And the second one is Parimala Riveria by Vishnu Priya Group.
Okay, so these are the 2 options that Tanvi is suggesting to you. Let's go ahead and take our next question, which has been sent to us as an email by Mr. Muthuswamy. He says that he wants to invest in Chennai in Pallavaram area. His budget is 90 lakhs. He wants to buy a 2 or a 3 BHK apartment, which is close to Chennai airport. He's already seen Mantri Serene, and he wants to know what you think about it, Tanvi.
Anjali, first I'll talk about the location a bit. It's a good residential locality in Chennai. It is located on GST road. It's along the GST road, and it connects to the inner ring road pretty well. So it's well connected to all the IT hubs in Chennai. So overall a good location in terms of investment or in terms of end use. There are some 34 projects with a month inventory overhang of 34 months, and the weighted average prices here are currently running at 5,040 rupees per square foot. And the appreciation, although haven't been very great, but if you see in terms of livability, the area is currently at medium 4, which is like 4 out of 7. So I would say the infrastructure is in place. There's proximity to developed markets in terms of retail and commercial. GST Road itself is a high street retail area, so it has proximity to that. So overall a good location. It's well connected to IT hubs, as I said. So the prices will be in tandem with the market movements. Mantri Serene, if I talk about the project, it's a fundamentally sound project. It has good location on 200 feet wide road, and it's connecting to GST Road and outer Madras Road. So a well placed project. It's nearing completion with all standard amenities. It might be slightly expensive for him, but if he can shell out a few extra lakhs, maybe 2-3 extra lakhs, he can cover out the additional cost and he can go ahead with the project. Based on his selection, we have also recommending him 2 more projects. One would be Sky Park Residences. This is a ready to move in project, and the second one is Galleria Residences by Alliance Group.
Okay, so let's quickly take a look at these 2 projects that Tanvi is suggesting. First is Sky Park Residences, and the price that you'll have to pay for this particular project is 5,300 rupees per square foot. Unit size for a 2 BHK apartment in this project is going to be 1,064 square feet, and this is available with the developer. The other project that we are suggesting is Galleria Residences, and the price that you have to pay is 5,100 rupees per square foot. Unit size for a 3 BHK apartment ranges from 1,344 to 1,364 square feet. This is also available from the developer. So these are the 2 projects that you can put your money in. It's time for a short break now. When we come back, we get you prime property markets of Hyderabad for homes in 80 lakhs. And also, where should you buy a home in Pune if your budget is 50 lakhs?